extra time.
Right, I think for me, it's because I've been doing this for such a long time. I've made myself into a neutral commentator as opposed to being just a New Zealand commentator. So I'm a commentator that lives in New Zealand, but not one that commentates for New Zealand. So that way I'm able to keep my emotions in check. I like it when New Zealand win. I love it when New Zealand win, but I understand when they don't, and it doesn't get to me that much. Well, you know, the biggest stage in the world, the fact that, you know, it was going to the most unlikely result. The fact of the matter is that, you know, we were the underdogs going into it. We'd been in the 2015 World Cup final, so I knew that the players themselves would probably handle the occasion. But from my point of view, it was just the magnificence of being at Lord's, the headquarters of world cricket. You know, just the fact that you're on the best possible stage, and you've been given this opportunity to speak about the game at the crucial stage. So you don't want to get it wrong, you don't want to miss out, you don't want to sound as if you're favouring one team, and you just hope that you get the qualities of the game out. Yeah, that to me was always a mistake. It was flawed in that you don't expect that either captain would have gone to their team at the start of the day and said, look, we need to hit a lot of fours today just in case the super over ends in a tie. That's a ridiculous thought. The fact is, it was a beautiful day. The light was fantastic. It was a full house, people all around the world. Just go again. Just go again, have another one. Have another super over. It just makes so much sense. And now, of course, that it's happened that way, it's been exposed, they've changed the rule. Yeah, I think it is. I think it was a very concerning sign the other day when they only had 13,000 at Eden Park, which is our biggest city, and I'd say 2/3 of the crowd were Indian fans. That's the worry. You look at it and you think the makeup of the crowd. I think in the provincial areas, this is the way cricket's going in New Zealand. You get good crowds in the provincial areas because they don't see a lot of rugby here. They don't see a lot of international sport. So when it comes to town and the sun and the holiday areas, people tend to come. And I think that's the future of New Zealand cricket is boutique cricket grounds like this, the ones with the grass banks, the smaller ones, the ones where you can spread out, the kids can run around, have some fun, not heavily policed by security. I think that's the future of New Zealand cricket. So that side of it is good. The crowd sizes, though, in the main areas are a concern. They are a concern. Well, as a commentator, I like the beautiful things in the game, and the two most beautiful batsmen I can think of playing cricket at the moment are Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. I admire a lot of international cricketers, but they would be players that I would pay to get into myself if I wasn't working at the ground, because I like the way they go about it, and I like the beauty and the grace they bring to batting. So it was a great disappointment to see Rohit Sharma go home and miss the bulk of this tour. I know, like everyone else, that when you got a record like Virat Kohli's, he's not out of form, or he doesn't have low run production for long. So I'm expecting in the test matches we're going to see at least one, maybe two very, very big innings from Virat Kohli. And from a New Zealand point of view, not so good. From a commentator and a purist point of view, I look forward to it. Well, I think India have brought to New Zealand conditions probably the best Indian side that's ever come here in terms of balance. I think it's the best bowling attack they've got. Obviously over the years they've brought some wonderful spinners, but we produce grass on our pitches to try and stop them, don't be a factor. These days you've got Bumrah, you've got Sharma, you've got Ishant Sharma, of course, you've got Udesh. You've got so many very good fast bowlers that the grass side of things evens it up. So I think that'd be a great battle. I think the top orders against the new ball, I think will be whoever's top orders in terms of batting handles the new ball the best will probably win the series. Well, it feels special because it was, I only got 2 test hundreds, but that was a good one because we were in trouble. You know, when you bat at number 8 or 9 or down the order, often your team's in pretty good shape when you go out to bat. Sometimes they're not. So we were, I think, 7 for 130, and at the end of the day we were 387 for 9. So it was just a freakish day out, you know. It just worked beautifully for me, and I had a bit of luck on my side, and the ball at the middle of the bat for 2 or 3 hours in a row. So it turned out to be pretty special, and I'll have a fond memory of that. I think it's still a higher score by a number 9. So it's been, what, nearly 30 years? 30 years, yeah, 30 years as you say. So it's been a long record, but I'm proud to hold it, and against India makes it special too. Well, funny you should say that. I'm looking forward to perhaps in the next couple of years being involved in at least one tournament, just to see what it's like, because of course I watch it from here. It's a good time zone. I watch a lot of the cricket. My friends Simon Dool and Scott Styris and Mike Hesson, Brendan McCullum have all been heavily involved in it, so they tell me it's fun, so I'd like to come one day. That's massive from gut to chin. Caught up with that beautifully. That was some hook shot. And it's been a wonderful start.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.